will get the finish out of the way as he gets 2 at double 12.
Game shot on the
Fabulous
second leg.
14 dart holder throw for Lee Cox, level at 1-all.
Appearances
See
that
if
I
you
now
require
make.
60. Game shot on the fifth leg. Steve Brown.
It's a holder throw for Steve Brown.
Lee, you require 78.
It's going to get 2 at double 12. Wrong side of the wire. It's in the double 9. So he's coming back for a tricky double 3. No one likes this.
Game shot.
However,
and the match. Lee Cox.
Lee Cox has won the match, but you'd never guess it by that reaction. Far from happy with that performance, but it is the crafty Coxie who wins the opening game in Group A. A 4-2 win over the bomber, Steve Brown. Brown will need to improve on that double percentages as the week goes on. But coming up after the break, we're going to have Reece Robinson against David Schlichting.
Reece, you require 105.
One of my memories there as a fan, well, a fan and a friend. I'll come back to it in a second. But tops,
Game shot on the third
absolutely
leg. Reece
outstanding
Robinson.
from Reece Robinson. We get the big fist pump of the celebrations. He takes the 105 out. But the snooker max isn't going to go on the dartboard. And Reece Robinson will return
58.
to
Reece
seal that
requires
4-0
6.
victory.
Game shot and the match.
And there it
Reece
is. Reece Robinson bags the points in a 4-0 victory over debutant David Schlichting. David can take confidence from that. It was a decent performance on debut. He's just run into one. Reece Robinson averaging 95 in the end, but for nearly all of that game, it was well over the 100 mark. As we see the stats there, very impressive from our former weekly winner. But coming up after the break, we're going to see another debutant in Yano Bottenberg taking on Tom Lumsdale.
Have
Tom, you require
identity behind them.
141.
About a 141. Double 12.
Game shot on
Welcome
the
to the
fourth leg.
Super Series, Tom
Lumsdale.
Lonsdale. A 141 finish. If he stays straight,
Tom,
he
you
should be getting
require
at least
80.
a dart. He's going to get 2. He
Game
only
shot on
needs
the
1.
fifth leg. Tom
A
Lumsdale.
fine leg of darts there for Tom Lonsdale, going out in just 14 darts.
And it
Tom,
misses.
you require 16.
Across the board, double 4, third match darts.
12.
And that is the hardest one to
Yano,
convert.
you require 40.
The one that gives you the points.
Here at the Super Series. Gonna get a dart at the ball.
Game
and
shot
pins the
and match.
bullseye.
Yano Bottenberg.
We see the celebration from Yano Bottenberg. He wins the battle of the newcomers here in Group A, but it was a fabulous contest. Tom Lumsdale missing a couple of match starts in the leg before, but there we have the stats. 90 average on debut for Bottenberg. He will be over the moon with that. But coming up after the break, someone's O has to go as Reece Robinson and Lee Cox lock horns.
Lee, you require 40.
Tops for 2-1. Across the board to 10s. Now it's getting desperate. 5s.
30.
Chance gone.
Reece, you require 76.
Opportunity on the 8s.
Game shot on the third leg. Reece
Brilliant there
Robinson.
from Reece Robinson. He
Reece,
clutches
you
it.
require 119.
Mr. Must-See is coming back for 119. There's going to be another dart at the ball. And that
Game
is
shot.
absolutely
And the match. Reece
outstanding
Robinson.
from Reece Robinson. Get that one clipped up and on the highlight read. Ball, 19 ball.
He
Reece,
clutches
you
it.
require 119.
Mr. Must-See is coming back for 119. There's going to be another dart at the ball. And that
Game
is
shot.
absolutely
And the match. Reece
outstanding
Robinson.
from Reece Robinson. Get that one clipped up and on the highlight read. Ball, 19 ball for Reece Robinson as he seals the points in a 4-1 win. He enjoyed that one as the pair share a conversation walking off the stage. But that is sensational as Reece Robinson makes it 2 wins from 2 here in Group A, and he leads the way. But coming up after the break, we're going to see Tom Lumsdale against Steve Brown.
You mentioned
Steve,
about
you
Tom
require
applying pressure.
16.
I don't think anything Tom can do can apply pressure to Steve, because I think Steve's applying pressure to Steve. Steve's not playing Tom. Steve is playing Steve.
12. Tom, you require 31.
It's going to be 2 darts at double 8.
Game
And
shot
this
on the
time,
match.
Tom
Tom
Lumsdale
Lumsdale
secures his first points at the Modus Super Series. A 4-2 win. On the balance of play, he thoroughly deserved that one. Missed opportunities earlier on in the contest. And there we have the numbers, 4 from 22. He gave himself plenty of opportunities, but eventually he bags the points. But coming up after the break, we're going to see David Schlichting against Yano Bottenberg.
Yano, you require
our friend and
76.
colleague Paul used to rock up in his shirt and tie.
Game shot on the third leg. Yano Bottenberg.
And the average now is over 95.
He's radio.
Yano, you require 72.
Is that the one where they managed to still find a one with the booing when Gezi was playing?
Game shot on the match.
That is
Yano
absolutely
Bottenberg.
outstanding from Yano Bottenberg. A 4-0 win, 92.49 average. He is absolutely motoring here on debut at the Super Series. There we have the numbers, 44% on the outer ring. He is a huge threat in this Group A. But coming up after the break, returning Lee Cox against Tom Lumsdale. Off of.
But the doubles have been the problem for Tom.
3.
So he would have fancied his chance of coming back, and he does.
Lee,
3
you
match
require
darts.
16.
A double 8. And Lee Cox for his second victory of the day.
Game shot.
And this
on the
time
match.
he hits.
Lee Cox.
Lee Cox seals a 4-2 win, gets back to winning ways in Group A. And throughout, he just scored better than Tom Lumsdale in that one, gave himself more opportunities. But coming up after the break, we have an absolute belter on the way. Strap yourselves in. It is going to be fireworks after this short break as Reece Robinson takes on Yano Bottenberg.
Come away.
Reece, you require 127.
Not sure that was the right play, but time will tell. But is it 1-2-7 in game?
Game
Yes,
shot
it
on the
is.
fifth leg. Reece
The
Robinson.
Hinks is hit. Too accurate. Mr. Must See is going to get 1 match dart.
Game
And that's
shot
all he
on the
needs.
match. Reece Robinson.
And that's the clutch finishing that we expect from Reece Robinson. He has turned this one around from 3-1 down. He has put on the afterburners, and we can see what it means to him. Huge, huge result for Reece Robinson early on in Group A. The average 92-11, super stuff. But Yano Bottenberg played his part in a fabulous game of darts. But coming up after the break, we're going to see Steve Brown against David Schlichting.
David, you require 115.
He is a young player as well, isn't he? 20 years old.
Yeah. That's
Game shot on
very
the
good.
first leg. David Schlichting.
From the Turtle, pins 115 for his first leg here at the Super Series. This time, give yourself a guide.
Game
Like that,
shot on the
one up,
fourth
one
leg.
in.
David Schlichting.
And the Turtle, I like that.
David, you require
After
28.
just 12 darts. It was double 14. Just opens up the bed, a little shuffle to the right.
Game
He
shot on the
finds it
match.
in off the
David
barrels. David
Schlichting.
Schlichting shows us what he's capable of. He shows that fighting resolve and spirit. Back-to-back 4-0 defeats in his opening couple of games, but no problems there in picking up his first 2 points of the day. A 4-2 victory over Steve Brown, who sits bottom of the table. 3 defeats from his 3 games, but a much more improved victory there for David Schlichting. Coming up next, Tom Lumsdale takes on Mr. Must-See, Reece Robinson. Good from Tom there. It's the disappointment of the last leg. Was left back well on 2-6-1.
180.
And certainly, right now,
44.
Mr. Must See is producing the goods. The average is now over 101.
He said there's always been an aura of greatness about him. He gets no greater than the 9-dart leg. And it is on. Could he join that list of 9-dart heroes here at the Super Series? Are we going to be talking about him once again? 141 points away
42.
from the perfect leg of
141.
darts.
Hold on. Yes. Treble 19. Oh, so close for Reece Robinson.
117.
That would have been magical.
81.
10 dart will be just as good here for Rees Robinson. The whole point of this leg was to break the throw. What a leg of darts from Rees Robinson. 90 average all day.
143.
Treble 17 leaves double 16 for an absolute roof
shot.
raiser, and that is sensational. Reece Robinson is absolutely taking Group A by storm. Mr. Must-See is at it again. 104.29 the averages, and finishes with a blockbuster 143 finish for a 12 dart leg. He is saying to everyone else in that practice room, catch me if you can. Coming up after the break, we're going to see David Schlichting against Lee Cox.
Let's give us bull 19 bull and 13 bull for 63, so nothing's going to surprise me with these lads.
Game shot,
there we have it, David Schlichting with his second victory on the spin. The turtle is off and running here in Group A as he joins Yano Bottenberg and Lee Cox on 4 points. This group all of a sudden is getting interesting, but coming up after the break, it is Yano Bottenberg against Steve Brown. Needs the ball. That is sensational.
Yano Bottenberg.
From Yano Bottenberg. He's rescued the situation. It was a stray first dart into the treble 5, and Steve Brown gives him a mark of respect there. What a fabulous recovery. Drug, it just craves you.
91.
Scratching that next itch as well.
Game shot on the fifth
and
leg.
That is a good finish as well to reply to the 90 finish of Bottenberg. Opportunity for Steve Brown.
Require 92.
It's going to get 2 match darts. One more, double 16.
Game shot,
and that is brilliant
Steve
from the
Brown.
bowler, Steve Brown. He is battling his way back into some form here. That's his best performance of the day so far, and it is his first points on the board. And there we have the stats, just over 80 average for the bomber, but the key one is 57% on the outer ring.
And
David, you require 108.
Because of that, they tend to stick with it. There's so much now that's been done in the development of technology.
Game
but
shot on the third leg. Right. David Schlichting. David, you require 115.
Leave us with a hat-trick of victories. It's on.
Game shot on the match.
Fantastic dart from David Schlichting. 115 finish to wrap up his day, and he leaves us in a positive frame. If this would have been the other way round, if he'd won 3 games and lost 2.
I should imagine bullseye. It's a great recovery. He's going to get a dart at double 8.
Game shot on the second leg. Reece Robinson.
Goes. It's a little bit unconventional.
Reece, you require 20. Game shot.
Reece Robinson wraps up a perfect day. And it wasn't just a perfect day, it was a dominant day. Another 4-0 victory there for Reece Robinson, who ends the day guaranteed to be 4 points clear at the top of the table. Only lost 5 legs throughout the day. Average never dropped below 90, a peak of 104. Everything we say about Reece Robinson is positive today. He said he was Mr. Must-See. He's been Mr. Can't Beat today. As we move into our final game, Lee Cox taking on Yano Bottenberg.
Welcome back to the Super Series, where we've got the man with the most touch at the minute, Reece Robinson. 5 wins from 5 today. Many congratulations. I was just saying to you, just before we went on there, that your average didn't drop below 90 today, and you said you were still disappointed with yourself.
I didn't feel like I played well all day. There was patches of good darts, and I felt a little bit disappointed in every game I've played. There wasn't many 180s, not loads of big checkouts, but I'm probably expecting a little bit too much from myself.
However, would you say that you were consistent enough? Did you feel in yourself anyway that you felt consistent enough?
Yeah. When I've just come up here and you've said then that everything's over 90, that's all I aim for anyway, everything over 90, and if anything else is bonus, so yeah, happy.
So you made it through to Champions Week last time. Back here now, did you feel like there was a different weight of expectation on your shoulders this time, Reece?
Oh, definitely, yeah. Last time I came, the week I won, I wasn't fancied that, and then I wasn't fancied in the Champions Week, and then on Champions Night I was fancied a little bit, and I played all right all week, and then I looked in the room and I was favourite for this group, so they must fancy me a little bit now.
Well, last time we spoke, you called yourself Mr. Must-See here at the Super Series. Your interview really did light us up here at the live lounge. Now, you gave us a moment which definitely was must-see. I'm just going to point to this monitor down here and show you this effort here. Bull 19 Bull. Talk us through this.
It was must-see, wasn't it? I'm the human highlight reel.
And the perfect marker, wasn't it?
Oh, off the barrel. Slight touch off the barrel.
You're taking my job now. well, coming into the next couple of days, then obviously perfect start for yourself. 10 points from 10. Yeah. I suppose it is just about trying to keep going, keep ticking the wins on the board, getting the points on the board, and see what happens. Yeah.
Well, I saw the guy the other week of 28, and I thought he's 30. I don't want the 30.
Right, he set the goalpost very high indeed. Well, Reece, we'll let you go. Thank you so much for popping up. Congratulations on your efforts today. Right, one more game. I don't often get a handshake up here. Lee Cox, Yano Bottenberg with Matt and Phil.
Lee set-up shot there from Yano. He knows his way around a dartboard.
$97. Yano, you require 40.
I like that version of Lee Cox. We'll come back to that in a second. But first of all, Yano, double-double.
Game shot in the second leg. Yano Bottenberg.
In game 15, as Yano Bottenberg levels up. But I like that grit and that snarl from Lee Cox.
Third leg. Yano, you require 50.
Go on, go for the ball in a 10. He went for it. I don't mind that. But seals the deal in 12.
Yano Bottenberg.
And again, celebration.
Yano, you require 45.
So, key passage of play. 2 darts at tops.
5.
He can't take them. Lee Cox
Lee, you require
has match
16.
darts and 3 of them.
Game
Only
shot
needs the
on the
one.
match. Lee
Cox
Cox
ends the day with a 4-2 victory over Yano Bottenberg to keep his Group A hopes alive. 4 points behind Reece Robinson at the top, but he's keeping the pressure on. There we have it, 93.30 average. 4 from 6 on the outer ring, but it's the 4 maximums from Yano Bottenberg that catches the eye in our final game as we go up to the boys on the balcony.
Thank you, Phil. Yes, so victory there for Lee Cox in that last game. And an interesting day, actually, really, for both players there, wasn't it?
Yeah, good end to the day there from both as well. I think Yano's probably shown some really good signs throughout the day. I think he probably would have expected a few more points, especially how he started the day. It's the complete opposite of David, who sort of started slow and then played really well at the back end. So, disappointment for Yano. He's someone who really grabbed my attention early on. But Lee Cox, what a way to finish the day. Really, really good performance for him and really sets himself up and keeps himself in the running to try and close down Rees Robinson at the top.
Right, those are the results for day 1 here at the live. Let's dissect then what we have seen. We're going to talk a lot about Rees Robinson in a second, but first I want to talk about David Schlichting because, yes, he lost his first 2 games of the day, but there were 2 big performances, and then towards the latter end, we really did see the turtle get going.
He grew into it, didn't he? He sort of grown as the day went on, and the performance at the back end of the day there, a 4-0 victory against Tom, was just the icing on the cake, I think, for what we expected to see from him. We didn't know what sort of levels he was going to produce here, and he lost 8 legs out of 8 at the start of the day, and you start getting concerned for players at that point. Took out that 115 against Steve Brown. He's not looked back since. I'm going to be really interested to see how he gets on tomorrow.
The tenacious tungsten turtle.
I know we were saying about finding different things for different people, but maybe we should stay out of that one.
Yeah, OK, right. Let's talk about Reece Robinson, because he really has dominated. He's lit up day 1 here at the Super Series in more ways than one. And there's only one place we can start, the Bull 19 Bull. That was absolutely incredible.
Ridiculous is what I would have said it was. I don't know why he's going that way in the first place, but it was brilliant and I absolutely loved it. And I'm so glad he did go that way. I was losing my composure in comms downstairs when that was happening, and it's what Reece Robinson kind of does. He's a bit like Luke Littler in that way, that they like to go for things in different ways. With some go for tops with 3 darts in his hand. He's more than just a good player. He likes to try and entertain as well, and no more entertaining than when you stick the microphone in his hand. I absolutely love it. I wish we could interview him more.
It was great fun up here on the balcony, it has to be said. But look, we know how good he is, but do you know what? It's nice to see people like that who bring a real energy. They bring a real fun element towards the game. And, you know, he brings that side of it. He brings that real exuberance on top of the brilliance.
Yeah, and that's what you need. You don't want robots. You don't want people doing the same things over and over again. You know, does some of the stuff he say, is it quite exaggerated? Yeah, of course it is. But at the same aspect, I find it so entertaining. I'm absolutely loving it. I'm so glad he's here. And I'm really enjoying not just his darts, but everything that's coming around it. And I wish we had more people like that in the game at the moment.
Well, there is the highlights reel from the human highlights reel there, as you saw there. He reeled off 5 wins from 5, and we can confirm that now by having a look at the standings at the end of day 1. Lee Cox in second place alongside David Schlichting. Robinson for 4-point lead right from the get-go. But for Yano Bottenberg, he came out of the traps flying, winning his first 2. But then the performances were still there, just the results didn't marry up.
It's how you leave here today that really matters. So for David, he's left here on the back of 3 wins. He had his defeats at the start of the day. He's going to leave here positive. For Yano, total opposite. He's going to forget those wins and forget that good start to the day and the good start to the campaign. And he's probably going to be leaving here in quite a negative vibe. So it's not just about getting the results, it's about where you get the results. And unfortunately for Yano, he's left here negative, and now he's got to come back tomorrow and try and turn that result around against Lee Cox, knowing what Lee Cox is capable of, because it'll be fresh in the mind that defeat he's just taken.
Do you know what? It's been good fun today, hasn't it?
I've loved it. I can't wait for more, actually. I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. Can we interview Reece at the start of the day as well?
We can, if you like.
The start of the day, the end of the day, and maybe in the middle. That'll be enough, I think.
Might be exaggerating a little bit. Maybe we just give him a microphone during one of the games. That'd be interesting.
Well, it's not been done before, has it?
It's not been done before. Maybe innovation, and maybe we just put that idea to the dustbin. Right, that is it. Thank you for your company today. I'll see you spick and span tomorrow morning.
Looking forward to it already. It's going to be a good show.
We'll make it a date then. Thank you so much for your company. Remember, we're live exclusively on the YouTube channel tomorrow from 9:30 for all of the continuating action from Group A here in Week 11. But as far as today is concerned, well, here's to you, Reece Robinson. The Super Series loves you more than you will know.